My identity is secret. There's a couple reasons for that. I guess one you could say would be safety, and protecting loved ones, but honestly, it's more to do with just doing this and being able to remain anonymous, because I'm not out there seeking any kind of personal glory or fame or anything like that. I'm actually just out there to help. And I found that with doing it this way, taking on some sort of superhero persona, that part of that is being anonymous and having a secret identity. That's part of being a superhero. It's just something that goes with it. It'd be silly for me to wear any kind of costume or uniform with a mask if people knew who I am. And it's also because I made the decision to do this. Family, friends, coworkers, they didn't make the decision to do this. So I don't feel that I have the right to bring them in and let them be criticized for what I do. I guess you could say I feel that it's my responsibility. I have a responsibility to the people I know and care about to do this and maintain a secret identity. It's really difficult to pick just one other real-life superhero that I respect more than others, because there are several that I have a lot of respect for. I really respect anybody who's out there really doing this. But if I had to pick one, I think that I would say Geist from Minnesota. He's somebody who's really down to earth. He's very real in what he does, and he's actually doing it. He does a lot at a level that he's capable of accomplishing. A lot of people are benefited by what he does, and he doesn't start trouble within the community, which is a problem that some people seem to have. He just does what needs to be done, and he's just very realistic about it, and that's what I like most about him. There's also the way that the public sees him, I think is great. I'm in awe of it. In general, the public really views him in a very positive light. They have a lot of respect and admiration for him. He's able to go around and do what he needs to do with the respect of the people. And that's something that I find to be an important quality. He's really a people person. Geist is what I call the superhero's superhero. It's even harder for me to point to one person that I respect the least, because again, I respect anybody who's doing this, but what I don't respect is the people who bash other people, who are close-minded and feel that there's only one way to do this. That really bothers me. But what also bothers me is when there are people who are out there online claiming credit for things that they haven't done. They're pretending that they do this, that they're involved, and they're not. They haven't lifted a finger to go out and help anybody. Yet they're out there and they're trying to take credit for it, when there's people who really work hard and dedicate a lot of their time, energy, and money to do this, and don't ask anything in return. I'd have to say that my favorite fictional superhero has always been Superman, basically because Superman was the first who gave me any kind of inspiration, who made me dream a little bit. I think it had a lot to do with the Superman from the movies, Christopher Reeve Superman. Watching those movies when I was a kid always made me want to be more than what I ever thought possible. I actually wanted to be a superhero. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to have incredible powers and everything back then. Who wouldn't, even now? but it really escalated into something for me that I can't quite put into words. From then on, anything that had to do with superheroes, is something that I was hooked on. I watched the old 60s Batman TV series. I started reading comic books. I got really, really into superheroes. So yeah, if you want to say I'm a comic book geek, then fine, I'm a comic book geek. And I'm proud of it. Well, I've never really thought of something to be proud of in doing this, and maybe I should be. I guess I could be proud that I'm doing it at all, because it seems that nowadays, to be anybody who gets up and does anything to better your neighborhood and your community, society in general, it seems a lot less common than it really should be. So the fact that I'm even going out and doing anything to make a difference in the world is something to be proud of. But I guess I'm also proud of the fact that I've been able to be open-minded and to adapt and change as I see things that I can do differently, that I can do better. And in doing that, I found that I have made a lot more differences. I've put smiles on the faces of kids. I've put smiles on the faces of adults. And I've made my presence known. I've made people take note that people like me are out there, and that there's things that can be done to change the world. I feel that I've accomplished more in the short time that I've been more of a public figure than in the years that I spent more in the shadows, where I wasn't out, where people could see me. It didn't really matter. I've accomplished a lot more since then. I've been able to raise money for some very good charities. I've been able to make other differences. I don't know the extent of the differences that I've made, but I feel confident that I have made some changes. I made a video on YouTube once where I was patrolling a quieter neighborhood in West Bend, Wisconsin, and I pointed out an alley that was very dimly lit and talked about how it was just an invitation for bad things to happen because criminals love spots like that. And 6 months later, I noticed that same alleyway being one of the best lit alleys in that city. Did I have anything to do with that? I'm not sure. But it just seems kind of funny to me that that change was made in that short amount of time after I did something. I've accomplished other things. I know that I've intervened when people were in danger. People with physical ailments that needed serious medical attention. And I was there. And I got them the attention that they needed. Probably saved lives. Those are accomplishments that I've been able to make.